myself here today, and we'll let Wade lead off with a little bit of commentary, and we'll be bouncing back and forth.
Thank you, AJ. And I think what I'd really like to talk about today is the dosing of beta glucan, and the reason is, it seems like every day I receive a call from someone saying, "Wait, I've got this or I've got that," and as you say, heebie-deebiosis. What do I take and how much do I take? And I always explain to them that you don't have to worry about what you have or don't have. The immune system is going to attack foreign invaders regardless of what they are. So maybe today you could kind of answer that question again for the folks of how much do I take and do I take it for this or that or the other?
Very good. Well, of course, like you, I get an enormous number of calls, and particularly if it's a brand new person, but amazingly, people that have been using our product for some of them months, some of them years, still are puzzled or confused about the proper dose. So we're going to get a little bit deeper. We're going to kind of peel the onion back, and we're going to talk about why we recommend the dose that we do. We just didn't look up in the sky one day and say, take one capsule per 110 pounds or take one capsule per 55 pounds or what have you. It's based upon the amount of beta glucan that's required to elicit a certain level of immune response. Then when you add more beta glucan, the immune response goes up. You add more beta glucan, the immune response goes up. So let's talk about the precise formula a bit. And no need to take notes because we're going to put up at the end a little cheat sheet for you to use. And you can always go to Google. It involves you having a little understanding of the metric system. Now, 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. So 10 kilograms equals 22 pounds. 50 kilograms or kilos equals 110 pounds. And 100 kilos equals 220 pounds. So there's 4 levels. Let's say you've got a small child or an animal that weighs anywhere from a kilo to 10 kilos. Well, that means they weigh somewhere between 2.2 and 22 pounds. We want that animal or small child to take our recommended dose of 2 milligrams per kilo of body weight. So if we've got the RVB 300, and that's what we're talking about, and we want, a fairly good immune response, then we're going to recommend, let's do the math, 2 milligrams per kilo, 10 kilos, that's how much? 20 milligrams. Well, if there's 100 milligrams of beta glucan in the capsule, then we don't have to take it every day. We could take it every other day, or really we could take it every third day and come up with a good level of immune response. Now, let's say for whatever reason, we want a much higher immune response. We want the highest immune response that we can possibly get. That's going to require 10 times the dose. 10 times that dose is 20 milligrams per kilo of body weight. So instead of once every 3 or 4 or 5 days, that young child may need to take that capsule every day, or may require, let's say, a 500 milligram every day. So again, 2 milligrams per kilo of body weight to get about a 50% increase over your normal immune response. But if you want to get up in that at 60 or 70% immune response, Well, that's going to require, again, 10 times the dose. That's why we go with the 500 milligram. Now, I know that me telling you is going to get a little confusing, but Wade, let's get a little interaction here in regards to, do we have to be sick to take the higher dose to start with?
Oh, no, not at all. And see, that's probably one of the biggest questions that I get is why do you take so much beta glucan? And I tell them that, I've experienced problems in the past, as everyone knows. I don't want those problems again. So I want my immune system to work at a much higher level. And I choose to take more beta glucan, and I take it every day. You don't go out and buy fire insurance when the house is burning down. You don't go buy flood insurance when the house is flooding. So I don't want those occurrences to happen. Therefore, I've chosen to take more beta glucan than probably the normal person would, because I want my immune system working at a much higher level. However, you don't have to be sick. You don't have to have a challenge to take beta glucan. And that's why you created, AJ, the RVB 300 for healthy people, so that they can have a better than average immune response.
Exactly right. Let's say I'm hopping along and perfectly healthy, maybe already using the RVB 300, and I've got about 50% more immune response than I would have otherwise. But I'm getting ready to get on an airplane and fly across country to see relatives for the holidays. Let's say I'm getting ready to go to the national championship, where there's tens of thousands of people, different food, different air, whatever than I'm accustomed to. Let's say I'm getting ready to have my wisdom teeth removed. Well, these will all be good reasons for me to want or need higher immune support. So I can literally more than double my normal healthy immune response by using a higher dose. On the other hand, let's say I am facing a health challenge. Let's say that I'm not on top of the world with my health. I mentioned, ice cream as an example, and you made the point earlier. The immune system just likes ice cream. It doesn't care if it's chocolate or vanilla or strawberry. It doesn't care if it's tutti frutti or buddy pecan or whatever. It just likes ice cream. But your immune system can tackle more ice cream if it's being properly supported by our product.
Well, another thing too, AJ, is that folks always come to me and say, well, I can't afford to buy all these different nutritional products. And I quickly explain to them that beta glucan really is not a nutritional product, that it has one sole responsibility, and that is immune support. And you can have all the healthy bone and tissue that you have, but that does no good if your immune system isn't where it needs to be. And so I tell them financially, if you can't afford to buy all your supplements, you got to find a way to take beta glucan, even if you take it every other day, based on that bell-shaped curve. If you would like to talk about that.
Well, we're actually going to, at the end of this video, put up a couple of links, because we've got some pretty good webinar footage on dose and the rationale of, as you're referring to, the dose curve and whatnot. So we're going to have those links with those live webinars, so people can kind of watch 5-10 minutes here, 5-10 minutes there, because I find that redundancy is frankly necessary for people to see and understand something and get it soaked in. I can tell you that if you are a person that's trying to build a business and you're going in and talking about a product, any product, and you don't understand, I'm not saying the molecular structures and everything, but a person who you're talking to, they kind of expect you to be able to explain to them, number one, that it's safe, number two, that it's beneficial, and certainly number three, how to properly use it, which is into where we are today. And I'm constantly, like I say, receiving as you are questions on dosing. But yeah, you get a certain dose, and we have a recommended dose that's going to increase that immune response up about 50% or more over your regular immune response. When you add more product, you're going to get more immune response, and you can ratchet it up. That's the great thing about it. When you get up in the morning, you can choose whether you want your immune system here, 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 or you want to max it out. We know that because we test it. We test it and we test it.
Well, we talked about the dosage of the orally taken beta glucan. We also have a beta glucan lotion, and I hear a lot of time, well, how much of this do I use? How do I use it? How frequently do I use it? And maybe you could answer that, because that's really kind of under the same category as dosage.
Well, that's a great point, Wade. And our lotion, as well as our early dose products, they're not condition specific. We don't take our early dose product to treat or cure or mitigate any disease and condition. And that's just an absolute truth. It has just as much to do with regulatory issues as it does with the fact that it is a non-specific immune modulator. You don't use it and it somehow just knows to deal with a virus, or knows to deal with a bacteria, or knows to deal with cancer. The immune system is going to make that decision. The same thing with our lotion. That lotion was designed quite some time ago and has been field tested, gosh, for over 15 years, to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to keep the skin as healthy as is possible. Now, if you happen to have an issue with the skin, well, what it's going to do is it's going to help return that skin to its healthiest condition. If dryness is the issue, if itching is the issue, if some sort of inflammation or rash or whatnot is the issue, well, by addressing getting that skin back to its healthiest of conditions is what it's for. It's not something that's to treat herpes. It's not something to treat shingles. A lot of people out there who have embraced the essential oils. I'm going to tell you, the aloe vera in this lotion, Trinity, is over 50% aloe vera, which is one of the most tremendous carrier compounds known to man. Completely safe. It has a tremendous amount of active biological compounds just within it. And then that, along with the hydrating, the materials that will increase elasticity of the skin, help to hold and retain and actually return moisture to the skin. It's all about the health. You rub it on, the skin will know what to do with it, okay? And also, there's a certain number of immune cells and types of cells right below the skin, Langerhans cells and others, that will know exactly what to do with the beta glucan and other compounds that are in there.
Well, AJ, we've been talking about 15 minutes now, and I think we did a pretty good job talking about and covering the dosage of beta glucan as well as the Trinity lotion. So I have nothing else to add to it, and I appreciate you being on here with me today.
Well, thank you, Wade. And for those people who, again, this is the first experience, please embrace this video, pass it along, and go to the other videos. And everybody stay happy and healthy. Bye-bye.